One of the great misnomers of Sefer Breshit appears in this week's Parsha, Parshat Vayechi. As Yaakov Avinu lies on his deathbed, his children gather around him to say their final goodbyes, and he addresses them all, reflecting on who they are and what their destinies will be. This portion of Parshat Vayechi is often referred to as Birkat Yaakov, Yaakov's blessing. But in fact, much of what Yaakov tells his children bears little resemblance to an actual bracha. In fact, Yaakov's address to Shimon and Levi, his second and third sons, is wholly critical in nature. As the Tanakh states in Breshit Memtet, Pasuk Hey, Shimon v'Levi, Achim, Klei Chamas Mechirotehem. Shimon and Levi are a pair of brothers. Their weapons are tools of lawlessness. Besodam al tavo nafshi, v'kahalam al techad kvodi, ki ve'apam hargu ish, ubertonam ikru shor. May my person not come to their council. May my being not be counted in their assembly. For in their anger they kill men, and in their will they maim oxen. Arur apam ki az, ve'evratam ki kashata, achalakem ber Yaakov v'afitzem beYisrael. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce, and their wrath, for it's relentless. I will divide them in Yaakov, and I will scatter them in Yisrael. From here we can see that Yaakov spares no blessing for Shimon and Levi, but rather only speaks to them out of their lawless behavior, their willingness to be violent, and their destiny, which is to be scattered and lost among the people of Israel. Why does Yaakov, in the last moments of his life, give Shimon and Levi such a harsh reproach? Why is this the message that Yaakov wants to leave with his two sons? The words of Yaakov's address take us back prakim earlier, to the aftermath of the rape of Dina in Breshit Perek Lamed Daled. After hearing of the horrible news that has befallen Dina, Yaakov's sons persuade the men of Shechem to all become circumcised. On the third day following their circumcision, Shimon and Levi take advantage of their incapacitated state and murder all of the men living in Shechem, as well as Hamor and Shechem, the leader of the people and the perpetrator of the crime. In their blind pursuit of vengeance, Shimon and Levi murder innocents as well as the guilty, while their brothers plunder the city for its goods. What is fascinating about this episode, however, is that while Yaakov perceives their actions to be reckless and lawless, Shimon and Levi perceive them to be proper execution of Tzedek, of justice. At the end of the Perek, Yaakov rebukes Shimon and Levi directly for their actions, to which they respond, "Hachilzona ya'aseh achotenu? Shall our sister be considered a harlot?" In Shimon and Levi's mind, defense of their sister's reputation, and by extension their family's reputation, takes precedence over careful judgment and actually considering if their actions are just or not. It is with this eye towards defining what Tzedek actually is that Yaakov constructs his final words to Shimon and Levi. Shimon and Levi do not really receive a bracha, but are ridiculed and ultimately punished for their ignorance of what true tzedek is. Perhaps, had Shimon and Levi consulted Yaakov earlier, they may have realized that vengeance is not the same as justice, no matter what the stakes. Had Shimon and Levi not acted in anger, but rather with the sensibility of what was actually right and what was wrong, perhaps many innocent lives may have been saved. Blind vengeance, says Yaakov, does not equal justice. Yaakov's message to Shimon and Levi, therefore, is a clear message about the importance of tzedek, about recognizing their failings to uphold tzedek and their subsequent inability to be leaders of Bnei Yisrael as bearers of justice. It is a crucial message for Shimon and Levi, as well as us, too.